Well, because of course he is. It's Kel. Kel definitely loves money. His brother works a wage-cuck job while he exploits and maximizes profits like a true capitalist. Remember, every Kel meme is canon, so I'm right. In all seriousness though, I'd posit he had a fascination with this stuff in a variant of Headspace long ago before Sunny decided, no, don't give me your money. Dollar bills are too confusing, and banished Kel and Money Space to the Shadow Realm. If you get the stupid reference that I just did there, you get a cookie. Not the Shadow Realm part, not the Shadow Realm part, not the Shadow Realm part, the dollar bills part. If you get that, the Shadow Realm's easy, come on. There's only room in Headspace for one exploiter of the people's labor, and that's the literal loan shark, Mr. Jossum. Moving on from my thinly veiled rants, in the top left of the Cloud Walkway map, you can enter this waterfall to see an area that confirms my little pet theory of this being where obsolete Headspace things go. There are a bunch of faceless entities, some speaking in hushed tones amongst themselves, and some who will say they're glad to have Omori back. One even tells you to avoid falling down the ledge like he's programmed to help Omori steer clear of black space. If you leave the area and come back, the memory worms in black space will take all these memories of the faceless and go, "Delete! Delete! 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 Delete!" Which I think that means the whole them having memories thing was a fluke of the system. I mean, in Sunny's head, this whole sequence was programmed into the game after all. But on that topic, if you give O'Malley $20, it took longer to loop back around to that than I thought might be, he disappears. This area is kinda sad in that regard. Every element Omori interacts with is altered and usually just evaporates. My sweet, boxed-in Sprout Boy's gone, the faceless forget you, there's this little mouth creature that acts like it knows you, but Omori states, "You don't know this person," before splitting him in twain. Thank God I kinda didn't like that one. There's someone called Big Pocket in the top left-hand corner, but Omori doesn't know him or the dance he does. This isn't Omori's home. They may know him, but he doesn't know them. God, it's like a family reunion. The only anomaly to all this is an early, depressed version of Pluto. Poor Uncle Pluto. He used to be so cool before he lost his job and spiraled. I remember when he introduced me to Morrowind. All the good times. But now look at him. Dwarf planet. He deserved better. This is a Pluto who couldn't move on and choose his own path. Kinda like a certain sleeping boy I know. Maybe that's why Pluto was changed and booted down here. He reminded Sunny too much of himself. Though if you want a theory craft, maybe being down here is the only reason he's sad at all. I mean, Pluto is the only person like Omori who can travel all throughout Headspace. It's possible he just accidentally ended up here. Or, maybe it's an early version. We'll never truly know. Regardless, I hope he can get to feeling a bit better soon. That aside, this whole area is pretty lighthearted, all things considered. All things being everything else in black space, of course. There's only one last area I haven't touched on, and that's this island place that can be reached via a door that spawns after leaving Money Space. All that's here is some sand, a crab, and a tree. The crab can talk about his tan, interacting with the tree enough times makes the island catch fire, and the sun has sunglasses. Okay, that last one's kind of funny, can't lie, but everything is very basic. Something you'd probably think up if someone said the words, "a kid's imagination," which, as this is an early Headspace thing, it definitely is. It bears repeating that Cloud Walkway is just Sunny's early imagination in its purest form. It stands out from everything else in that there are no allusions to Mari whatsoever. I mean, directly. There is one thing here that's a little different from all this imagination. One thing that's more in tone with black space. It's this box in the bottom left-hand corner that says, "You hear Mom crying softly. There, Sonny. We'll protect you. Everything will be okay." There's more to this than just the telling quote, though. The method delivered is important as well. This was in a box because Sonny is moving away. Doubly of note, moving is his mom's idea. What a peculiar box, huh? Sonny only created Headspace as an escape from the very thing his mom is protecting him from, the truth about Mari. In an area wholly dedicated to Headspace's construction, it'd be unfitting to not at least have a mention of why this stuff was built to begin with. As with what his mom was doing, it was to protect Sonny. Also, as a quick aside, I promise this is the last tangent about this. Sonny's mom is a bad parent. She blatantly doesn't get Sonny the help he desperately needs because that means he'll be taken away, which would leave her with the realization that her family is gone. So she feeds into his complexes, all the while barely actually feeding him because she's too busy living in a lie in which everything's fine. What a nightmare of a life. What a happy route the Hiki storyline is, too. Sonny will never progress as a person. More Headspace will meld in the black space as his escapism fails. The only end for him being a psychiatric ward or a knife to the gullet. Strap yourselves in, by the way. I've covered the happiest bits of black space, too. And now it's time for the grimiest, sludge-riddled slums of Sonny's mind. Black Forest 2, also known as the Looping Forest, but I like calling it Black Forest 2 because it's indicative of something. This is a sequel and makes